A huge thank you to Paradox Interactive for sponsoring today's video by providing me with a key to Apocalypse and Humanoids. What's up guys, it's Rantium here, and today we are back once again in Stellaris Console Edition taking a look at the life-seeded Civic. So here we have the Tetrite Interstellar Union, another humanoid species using one of the newest civics from Apocalypse, and that is life-seeded. Now, life-seeded is a very interesting civic, one that rewards a tall playing empire with the ability to spawn on a size 25 Gaia world with extra resources, which is a nice little boost if I do say so myself. So life-seeded, yes, it does make your home world a Gaia world with the several rare planetary features. However, habitability preference is set to Gaia world preference, making all other types of planets completely undesirable. This is the tall empire creator's wet dream, if I could say that. This will disable you from going out and colonizing more than one world very early on. If you get lucky, you will find Gaia worlds in the beginning of the game, especially if you turn up the habitable worlds, the habitable world slider when you get ready to begin the game. There is a possibility that you could find another Gaia world, but it is very rare, especially if you start to come across Prophet's Retreat and everything like that. You don't want to settle those as much as they're beautiful. The lovely religious zealots or the spiritualist fallen empire will steamroll you, for lack of a better term. So life-seeded is very difficult. It's a very fun way to play the game, and it makes it very fun to get terraforming early on. So a very important focus on energy production as well as society research can really help you to maximize getting terraforming early on, because when you can terraform things, when you can terraform your planets into Gaia worlds, you can then begin to spread. The problem is the ability to unlock, or the ability to terraform worlds into Gaia worlds is unfortunately locked behind the World Shaper Ascension perk. And the World Shaper Ascension perk can sometimes not even be, created or taken until you have all of the terraforming stuff done, meaning, the ecological adaptation, climate restoration, and the terraforming itself. That's a bunch of society researches that you really need to get through first. Which is why with my current, Tetrite Interstellar Union, we have intelligent, but we also have natural sociologists, and that means we would be able to work our way through the society tree far quicker than we would if we weren't natural sociologists, meaning we should unlock the terraforming tech very early, and then we can begin to rush Unity with as much Unity production as possible. That's why when it comes to playing as a life-seeded empire, it's very important to focus on everything that will give you as much Unity as possible, research speed as possible, and resources as possible, meaning you really want to focus on improving the output of your Unity producers, your research labs, and your alloy foundries, because you're only going to have one planet possibly for the first 50 to 60 years, which will stunt your growth when it comes to every other empire that you come into contact with. You will still be able to expand your empire's fleet. Your naval capacity is not linked to the amount of planets that you own, which is really great. So you will not necessarily have to worry about that, not to mention only having one planet. Technology and traditions are far cheaper, and campaigns will not be, they won't cost as much. But also keep in mind, with the whole Empire Sprawl mechanic, there is an upper threshold where when you begin to build more districts on your planet, your one planet, it's important to understand how many districts you can build before you start going over your Empire Sprawl and your total administrative capacity. So it's very important to remember that and to understand that there are a few requirements to have the life-seeded Civic. You cannot have Mechanist, you cannot have Syncretic Evolution, and you cannot have Post-Apocalyptic, obviously, because those are two counterintuitive civics. But it's a very rewarding way of playing, it's a very difficult way of playing, but it finally brings viability and playability to the One Planet Challenge. And I would say the One Planet Challenge would then turn into the only Gaia World Challenge, because you would start off with the one Gaia world, get this terraforming tech, get World Shaper, and then terraform the shit out of every world you find. So it's definitely a really fun way to play. I would recommend playing it as a fanatic egalitarian or an egalitarian in any sense of the word because of the utopian living standards. Utopian living standards are very, very great. You can also do social welfare because social welfare will make it so that your unemployed pops do generate unity, which is also very, very nice. but I would also heavily spec into research, because the more research you can do on your one planet without penalties to your admin sprawl and your admin capacity, the better. Especially if you have technocracy, giving your capital buildings science directors to create even more research and unity. It's very important to have a very well synergized build when it comes to creating an interstellar union that's using life seeded. It's a very interesting way to play, but it's a very rewarding way of playing. So hopefully this helps to break down the life-seeded play style. I will be doing a playthrough of it probably here in the future, and then maybe I'll post some video footage of that, and or some updates about that. But until then, guys, if you want some more Stellaris Console Edition content, you can always park it right here on the channel. Drop a like, grab a sub if you will. And if you're looking for any other Stellaris content from anyone but me, check the description. There are plenty of content creators down there, all centered around Stellaris. So guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.